Okay, so I'm not quite sure how this works, but I have a story. So, okay, my friend Shira, she texts me during the day, and she says, "Well, people are like giving blood. Do you want to go and give blood? Do you want to donate blood? Because people are taking blood and donating blood." So I'm like, okay, I guess, I don't know if they'll take my blood because I take pills for my stomach. But, anyways, so beforehand, you should just know, that day, I had like 2 hours worth of sleep. I think, maybe less. The most I had was 2 hours worth of sleep. And I didn't eat. I ate a little bit, but like a cucumber or something. Barely nothing at all. Anyway, so, oh yeah, and when I got home from school, I get home and I smell something really good. So I go into the kitchen, I look in the oven, lasagna. Now, I'm not a lasagna person because I'm lactose intolerant, but this was a lasagna my sister made. I love the lasagna my sister makes. It barely has any cheese or tomato sauce. It's just pretty much noodle flaps and some sauce and some cheese. It's a great way of putting it. Anyway, so I had a huge piece, as big as my face. Almost as big as my face. I ate it all, and that's when I got the text. Anyway, so Shira says, I get a text from my friend Shira, and she says, "Do you want to come with me and donate blood?" I'm like, okay, maybe I could try and donate blood. But I wasn't quite sure if I could because I take these pills for my stomach. And since it's in my blood, I wasn't sure if they would take my blood. Whatever, so I go there, I take my identification card, I think that's how you say it in English. I speak English and Hebrew, so I have some problems with words. It's called in Hebrew Teudat Zehut. Identification card? Let's say. Anyway, so I take it, and we get to the place. It's up my street. They had a vehicle there taking blood. Anyway, so I get there, and but we had to fill out forms, but I had no idea what it said on the forms. It just it was gibberish. It said da 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 da. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. What do you want from me? Oh, they had specific questions like, during the years 1983 until 1984, 5, I don't know, were you in Britain, in England? I'm like, I wasn't even alive then. Or like, during the years during the years 1978 and 1979, let's say, during the years of 1984 until 1989, I don't know. Did you have sex with a Scottish man or an Irish man? Again, I wasn't alive then. Anyway, so we get there, and this lady, she sat down next to me and my friend Shira. My friend was Shira. She's down next to us. And so we look at her, I'm like, listen, we have no idea what it says here. Could you help us out? She goes, oh yeah, sure, of course. So she helps us out, fill out the forms, and she looks at me, she goes, are you nervous? I'm like, yeah, I'm terrified of needles. She goes, it'll be fine, trust me, I've done this millions of times. So you're like, it's your first time. I'm like, yeah, and I'm freaking out. It's like, it'll be fine. If you want, I can hold your hand. I'm like, it's okay, thanks, though. Anyways, so we get in, and I was really nervous because I really wanted to help out and donate blood, but I wasn't quite sure if they'd take my blood because of the pills, the medicine, for my stomach. And so we're sitting there, and I get in, I get a number, and then they call my number, and they tell me to go into this small little room thing. Then he looks at me, she says, do you have a note from your parents? Which I did, because I'm 17, so apparently until you're 18 you have to have a note from your parents. Yeah. As I sat down, she said, okay, you can actually, the pills won't bother. Like, you can donate blood. It doesn't matter that you're taking pills, so donate blood. So I'm like, okay, good. I was excited. So I get to the next stage where they checked my pulse. And I was freaking out. Like, the adrenaline was everywhere. Plus, I didn't sleep enough, and I didn't eat enough, so it was just blah, 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 blah. That was my pulse. Pretty much. Blah, 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 pulse. Yeah. And so the lady looks at me and she goes, yeah, I guess you can go and donate blood. Your pulse is okay. I mean, it's borderline okay. So whatever, I'll let you pass. It's probably the adrenaline. Like, yeah. So I go to the next stage. The next stage, they check my blood to see if I have enough iron or minerals or I don't know what stuff in my blood. So again, since I didn't eat properly that day, the guy looks at me and goes, well, you know, you're borderline okay, but you know what? You seem really excited about this, so I'll let you go. You can do it. So I go in, I get a sticker that says I can donate. Very exciting. And so they call me. I sit down with my friend, and we ask them that if we can go together to donate blood together on the beds next to one another. And so they call my friend in, Shira. So she sits down. I mean, she lies down. The guy gets ready to put the needle in her arm. You know. And so I stand next to her. I'm like, Shira, I'll be fine. I'm here with you. He takes out the needle. I'm like, Shira, I can't look. She goes, it's fine. I'm here with you. I'm like, but Shira, you're the one who's getting stabbed. She goes, it's okay, Rachel. Just take a deep breath. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm breathing. So she gets the needle in her arm. And it's fine. She's okay. So she just lies there. And then he says, okay, I'm ready for you. Go into the next bed. So I lie down. And so the guy takes out a needle. Now the person on my other side is a lady that I've known since I was very young. She's my mom's friend. And she's a singer. Now, I have a scared song. I call it the bathroom song because sometimes when you go into bathrooms and there's spiders everywhere and then you're freaking out, so that's what I sing. It's very easy. It's pretty much just Old MacDonald. So I'm freaking out, and I look at the guy. I'm like, wait, don't put the needle in yet. I'm freaking out. Don't put the needle in. So the lady, my mom's friend, she looks at me and she goes, Rachel, it'll be fine. It's okay. I just finished. I'm getting up soon. It'll be fine. Trust me. I'm even scared of needles. I'm like, what am I really scared of needles? I'm terrified. And so then she looks at me. She goes, do you want to hold your hand? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to have to sing my scared song. She goes, oh, okay, I'll sing with you. I'm like, are you sure? And she goes, yeah, I'll sing with you. So I start singing, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And she goes, on his farm he had, and she's a professional singer, so it was kind of funny. Anyway, so the guy goes, okay, I will count to 3, and then I put your, I don't know why I'm doing an accent. He goes, I'll count to 3, and then I'll put the needle in your arm. I'm like, okay. 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. And he stabs it in my arm. Pretty much what he does is, he goes, I'll count up to 3, and then I'll stick it in your arm. Okay? I go, okay. And he goes, okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. Ah! So he puts it in, and I got mad. Not that much. He puts it in, and it hurt at the beginning, but then it was fine. I could feel the blood draining from my arm, from my body. Anyways, I talked to him, said thank you to Sandy Cash, and the lady who helped me with the paperwork beforehand, she saw me, she goes, oh, you're fine, look, you're fine. So it was really good. I felt really good. I'm doing it again. Anyway, so after 10 minutes, they say, okay, you're done. You can get up and go. So I'm like, okay. So I get up from the bed, and my friend and the lady who helped me with the paperwork, she helped me up, and I wasn't feeling 100% well. I was feeling a little weak. And so they helped me up, and I'm walking to one of the tables they had. And I sit down, and I'm starting to feel horrible. My head is heavy, and all of a sudden I think I'm going to throw up. I'm like, no, I can handle this. It's going to pass. It'll be fine. I'll walk it off. And so then all of a sudden I realized I'm not fine, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying. I mean, I couldn't breathe properly, and my head was heavy, and what it felt like was that someone stuffed cotton balls in my ears, and then people on like outside in a different room were screaming through the walls. I couldn't hear anybody properly, and then there was a ringing, and it was just ringing, and almost all I could hear. And so I look at the lady and go, like, help me, I think I'm dying, help me. She looks at me, she goes, oh crap. So then I fall backwards from the chair, and there's just ringing everywhere, ringing, and they caught me. Thank God, they caught me. That was fine, didn't hit my head on the floor, but I fell over. And so nothing went black. Like, I didn't actually faint, but I was very close. Anyway, so I sit down. No, I didn't sit down. Right, so I open my eyes, and I look up. I see my friend, the lady, and this other nurse person who was helping. Nurse person goes, oh, are you okay? You seem in good hands. Okay, I'll go help other people. So the nurse lady left. And my friend, who's in MADA, in Hebrew you call it MADA. In English you call it an emergency hospital person. She volunteers on ambulances. That's what she does. She volunteers on ambulances, so she knows how to deal with these things. So she goes, okay, Rachel, you have to pick your legs up, and my skirt was falling down, so they pretty much got a tablecloth and wrapped it around my legs. So no one saw what was underneath. And so she wraps it up, and I look up, and I see the lady and my friend. I only met this lady like a few minutes beforehand, 20 minutes beforehand. Never seen her in my life. And she's like, oh, are you okay? Anyway, so I look up at them, and I can still hear ringing. That's all I can hear. I look at them, and I go, oh my god, did I faint? And they look down at me, and they go, well, you came very close. Very, very close. We caught you in time. I'm looking at them, I still can't hear anything. Go, oh my god, this is so cool. Later on, they told me that I'm pretty much the only person they've ever heard of who fell backwards, thought they were dying, and said it was cool. So, and then afterwards, about 10 minutes later, I was fine. They helped me up. I stuffed my face with cookies, and they made me drink like 2 whole bottles of apple juice. And then I walked home with another lady. Actually, Shira's mom. Cool lady. I like her a lot. So, I guess the moral of the story is when you're going to go help people, like donating blood, always make sure that you're okay and you're up for it, because I didn't sleep enough. I didn't sleep almost the whole entire night, which isn't good. And I didn't eat enough, except for the huge lasagna that I ate that was as big as my face. So, I guess the moral of the story is just pretty much make sure that when you go help people, you're prepared to help them, full on. Yeah, I think that's it.